demo it. So without further ado, I will get into it. I just want to start with a really brief history of Lyft. We have been in existence for over 30 years now. We were started as a satellite office from Community Resources for Independence out of Erie, which is another center for independent living. And we spun off in 1994, became our own freestanding 501c3 nonprofit, Center for Independent Living, and we have been that ever since. We also are an Assistive Technology Resource Center, ATRC, for TechOwl. I almost said PIOC because that was their old name, for TechOwl at Temple. They're out of Temple University, and they are the ones who have provided us with grant funding to do the various assistive technology programs. And this one is, a lot of the stuff that Mitchell will be presenting is out of what we call our Tech Accelerator grant through TechOwl. And we were, about 2 or 3 years ago, we were given a pretty good sum of money to buy assistive devices to display in our office for people with all kinds of disabilities, not just visual or hearing or mobility, but everything. So we do have a lot more than this, but we want to focus on one disability today, which is visual or low vision or blind. With that, I will turn it over to Mitchell. He's going to talk about a few high-tech devices that we have.
Thank you, Bob. Okay, I'm just going to jump right into this because, again, we've only got about an hour to be here, so let's just get started. These are the Invisio glasses. They're based off the old Google Glass product that I would not be surprised if that is not ringing any bells in your head, because the Google Glass originally was a flop and it didn't end up actually doing what Google said it would, but they adapted it to be a aid for the blind and those whose eyes are going out. So there is a little screen here that actually it projects a menu in it, and there are different features preloaded onto this. There's a camera, if you can see. There is a tiny camera right here. And Bob, if you could pass me one of those dollar bills you have over there.
Sure.
All right, so there are a few features that this has. One of them is a bill reader, and the other is one that scans for text and will read it out loud. Again, it's not for, well, I guess not really, again, because I haven't told you this. The scanning feature is not perfect, but it's close enough. Let's
Instant text.
see here.
Instant text. Instant text. Offline mode is disabled. Home.
It controls much like a smartphone. There's a little touchpad sensor in the forward part behind the camera.
Instant text.
And it controls via tapping the
Use for today. Tech Owl. Technology for our whole lives. TechAlpha.org. Voice 800-204-7428TTY866-268- Offline mode is disabled.
Yep, as you can see.
Double tap to enable offline home.
As you can see, it will read the text that is on a thing in front of you. It can also
Instant text.
scan a document and will then read to you what was scanned on the document. It'll tell you how many words were scanned on the document, and
Call an ally.
that it also has a calling feature. So if you want to call someone, of course, this would need something like an iPad or a smartphone or some kind of tablet to be hooked up to this as well with a functional cell service, but can let you do like video calls or just calling someone normally. We don't really have time to go into that, so.
Mitchell, how does that do on cursive writing?
I have never actually tried using it on cursive writing because I don't tend to write in cursive, but it struggles to read my print as it is, so.
Okay.
Even though I have been told I have some of the nicest handwriting from a lot of people, it doesn't seem to really read my notes. My notes.
Say it
My notes all
probably
that well.
doesn't. That's my best guess.
Describe scene.
Describe scene. This is a feature that it's supposed to describe what you're looking at in front of you.
Something went wrong. Check if you are connected to the internet.
But it requires an internet connection, which is funny because this thing is currently connected to the internet. It's connected to our office Wi-Fi, but for some reason it doesn't seem to want to
Oh,
do that all that much.
instant text. Scan call an IRA agent. Describe scene. Recognize cache.
Recognize cache is a bill reader function, and I already set this up to recognize US dollars, so
Searching for US dollar. 100 American dollars.
that is not what this is.
I wish you could turn it
That's
into
my
a.
kind
There, we got it right.
I gave you the wrong bill.
See, that could be really dangerous for somebody
Yeah, if
that
it's-
would take advantage of
If
it.
it's at the wrong angle, yes, as we can see, it for some reason saw that as a 100, even though that's just the Lincoln. So
So since that can connect to the internet, I'm assuming you can upgrade it. You can.
it can be
install-
updated, yes, and there was actually a newer model that incorporated Chat GPT AI into this thing, which I
That was
point
my
blank
that
refuse
was my next
to
question.
download because I do not trust AI worth a damn.
I have a lot of problems with AI, but I see how it can be very useful because AI can recognize things that are just unbelievable. So in terms of it reading a scene, I could see AI being able to read everything in this room perfectly.
I can see that too, but at the same time, I'm reminded of, this is going off topic completely, but I'm reminded of that experiment that they did where they gave an AI control over a bogus company, and then it blackmailed one of the fake employees with a letter threatening to expose their affair.
Yeah, I mean, there's
So-
pros
Yeah,
and
that was
cons.
on
There's
60
pros and
Minutes.
cons, but I see this being a
Yeah.
big
Okay.
pro.
Now, obviously, you're doing documents, dollar bills, hopefully dollar bills.
Call an ally.
Will it go like you had said something about the scene that's in front of you? So if I'm out in a parking lot, it'll tell me what we're looking at?
Yes, it can, but you'd have to connect it to like your phone hotspot or to some way to get it connected to the internet, because as we just heard with Describe Scene here,
Recognize
it
cache.
has a very hard time cooperating with you unless it's connected to the internet, which
Find object.
it's supposed to be.
So the
But
better the internet connection, obviously, the better it's going to work.
yeah,
Okay.
Most people are generally connected at all times on their phone, so.
What
Yeah.
is the name of that device that you have? I missed that.
these are Invisio glasses. So
Invisio.
yeah, there's the name is right in here.
Okay.
The object is in front of you.
Let's see.
Those remind me of kind of like a futuristic kind of movie where they show the little
Like a
camera
cyborg
thing.
almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cyborg thing. Because you can literally see the camera right
There it
here,
is.
and you know it'll tell you like, okay, we're on the home screen now, and you move it forward, and it goes to a different.
What is the price tag on one of those?
You'd have to ask Cynthia that because
Oh, hold on a second.
or actually I do have a list of stuff from this, but I think we're getting a list of prices on my desk
Just
somewhere.
wondering
But
how realistic it would be for OVR to pay for something like that.
at the moment, I think we're getting off topic from what we're doing
Okay.
here. I'm sorry,
No,
but I
that's
will.
okay.
I do want to get back to your question. If you want to stay afterwards, we can
Okay.
continue this discussion for prices there. But there's other features besides that, there's Find Object, which activates the camera and tells you what you're looking at in the environment. So if you listened a little bit ago, it said bench because it thought me looking this way, it was looking at a bench because it sees all of you guys lined up in a row. It thinks you're on a bench. So not the most reliable, but it definitely works.
Mama says that's like about
Detect light, that tells you how bright or how dark a room is. So
I think Carrie's looking
and
that
it'll
up,
give you like a
so-
tone, and it will display a number as well.
I just looked it up.
Did you find it?
Detect light.
And that should tell you
It's about 3,500.
Detect light.
what the.
Are they that much? Wow.
Nice thing about Tech Owl, they'll let you check it out like a
3,500.
library. And you can keep it
And there's a
from
way to
5
get
to
more
8 weeks.
features on this as well. There's like a mini app store built into
You had
this,
a dog,
but
so
we
you
don't
can
have
get
time to
through.
go over that, so
Yeah. Mhm.
Detect light.
I'm gonna
More features. Home.
return this to the home page, and we are going to move on to another device here. So there is a little power button here that will let you turn things on and off. I would pass things around to you guys so you could try experimenting with it yourselves, but again, I'm under the weather. I don't want to get anyone else sick. So please forgive me if I can't really pass things around. We can pass some of that stuff or these things around
Would you
here.
put it on the table so I can take a picture of it, please?
Yes, sure. So.
Yeah.
So that's that, and there is an entire app for this as well that you can download, and it pairs not only does it pair this with the internet, but it also offers the same functions through the app that it does through this.
It's the last one on there, by the way. Alright,
On to another thing here. This is a label reading pen. This comes with a series of stickers. You take this
Home.
hulking pen that looks like it was on steroids, to be honest, because of how thick this thing is. You turn this on,
Power on.
and then you can record messages,
Home.
I believe, if you, let's see, yeah, you can record messages. It seems I forgot how to do that, so that's not good. But once you have a message recorded on this, to record something, you would input a button combination, hold that button combination down, and record by tapping.
This is a new label.
By tapping onto one of these labels and holding it there. And then, let's say you want to put a label on, let's say, a medication bottle, or on a cabinet, or on a specific drawer, because you have OCD and you need to keep your clothes organized, but you also can't see, so you record a message saying, like, this is underwear, this is jeans,
This is a new label.
this is socks, and you can put these stickers on those respective drawers, and if you forget what's there, or if you can't see or remember what's in there, you can just tap this pen to these labels, and they will actually, and
This is a new label.
it will repeat whatever's recorded onto that particular label, and all these labels are numbered, so
How is it working? Is it reading it, or
It
is
has
it
a-
QR code, or?
it has a memory chip in here, so it has, I can only assume, like, some form of inbuilt storage to associate one label with one particular message, so it shouldn't really get mixed up
and
for
you,
which is which.
you put the message on there, like, I always like to use the example of if you do canning, and you say you have canned venison, and you have canned sauerkraut, canned chili, and you have very low vision, and you label them with the label, you put the sticker on there, and I think the sticker has a code on it, and then you record, you run the pen on it, or set the pen on, and then you record what it is, and the label will be on that can or on that jar, and then, 4 months down the road, hey, I want some of that venison, and you're not sure if this is the sauerkraut or the venison because you can't see very well. You just put the pen across the label and it'll tell you.
Not two things I want to get mixed up.
Right.
Also,
Well, it's okay to eat
if you
venison.
forget,
sauerkraut.
you won't have to worry really about losing the labels or remembering where you put the labels because they're actually textured. So I've only really touched this top layer here. So if you want, you can pass out those ones that are that were underneath it. So since those should be relatively clean, just make sure you wash your hands when you leave.
Well, they are.
They are textured. They have these little bump rings around them, so you'll remember where they are and where to put the pen if
and they're numbered
you've
too.
forgotten where they're at.
Yeah, they have a little code there, obviously.
I was wondering that. I
Yeah.
was thinking for
Power
the
off.
for the sighted people that are assisting, how are they going to tell the difference between the different?
Right, right.
Alright, so once that over there makes its way around the table, or while that's making its way around the table, I'll move on to this. This is Voila. It is a label reader, and as you just heard, it does speak to you, but it works with these little barcode things. They're meant to be placed onto objects kind of like this label pen. It operates on a similar principle, but instead of having to simply tap the pen against the label, you have to scan the pen across these little barcodes here.
Hello.
This is a test label.
So if you could hear that, it says this is a test label, and
Bye-bye.
I recorded 2 of these here. Both of them are just test labels that I created for this little demo here, but you could put these on anything. So if you want to label a stack of CDs or like old cassette tapes, you can do that. You can pop these on the case for that, and if you at some point you forget what the case is supposed to say, you could just scan and it'll say what it is. So very similar principle to the pen here.
Of course, the same thing I would ask is how far it's going to barcodes. Is that something you could have a barcode on something from the market or something like that?
No, I
Or
haven't
just-
really tested it on a barcode from the market because I never really thought
There's
to
a
do that.
bottle right
Yeah,
there.
try to scan the
There's a
iced tea.
bottle right here. Somebody's drink.
Here,
I
let's
believe
do that.
it's set up. I believe it's set up to work exclusively with these particular little.
It might not,
There's
because
a barcode
grocery
there.
stores
Try
use
it.
those to work them into their database, so it might not.
I mean, even with Good Fish right now, trying to read the labels.
Yeah, it does not
That
work.
would be excellent for medication bottles.
That's gonna need disinfected now.
Put it
So
right on the top of the lid.
that's gonna need disinfected now.
You touch the side, it's good.
So that's that out of the way. The last little thing that I'm going to be, if you want to pass those back to me, the last thing I'm going to be showing off here before I hand things over to Bob is going to
Can we
be,
see this to take a picture, please?
sure,
We need to get these devices and what
Yes.
they do. We have to get.
I will put these devices here. I will put this over here for you to get a picture, and then I'll swap this out with the Voila when you're ready. I'm sorry. Right.
What's that white pen do?
Huh?
What's that white pen do again?
This is a label reader, but instead of reading what's recorded to a sticker, it scans these little barcodes, and it will say something that's recorded to these barcodes. It operates on the same principle as this pen, though.
So you're gonna record the name of what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
label.
That is not at all what that said when I recorded it yesterday, but okay.
Below.
So say if you
A test label.
scan this, it will
I
say
just tried to scan
No.
that, but no, it does not work. It only works with
Bye-bye.
these specific little barcode chips that came with it.
Because what you do is when you scan it, you can say what it is. Or somebody can say what it is for you if you can't see it. And then it will be on the recording, and then when it scans that same label again, it'll tell you that, you know, these are your heart medicine. This is your canned sauerkraut, whatever, you know.
So you can't go to.
So no, you cannot go to a
blind
marketplace.
person can't go to the store.
No.
And
That would be nice
say
though.
they're looking for a certain bottle
Right.
of.
That would be nice though, but unfortunately,
doesn't do that.
barcodes in grocery stores have different information on them compared to the barcodes with the Voila reader.
Okay.
Battery is 88% charged.
Okay.
This is Orcam. It is a it is a text reader that is very similar to the Envision glasses, but this models itself more after these pens here that I have. It has a bunch of cameras in here. There's a laser projector here, so it can read anything that's within the
Field.
little
That's neat.
field here, and it takes a picture of it and then reads it.
Free or low-cost cell phone plan resources. The cell phone plans listed are only suggestions. They do not imply endorsement. TechOWL cannot guarantee your cell phone plan will work with our equipment. This program only provides equipment. The recipient is responsible for a cell phone plan and any additional charges that cell phone plan accrues. Life.
So like if you're reading a paper and there's a thin article or, you know, a narrow article, you can just
Yes,
put
it
that
works,
in there and
especially with
it'll read it
smaller
for you.
text. Bob, can you pass me one of those little things there? I tried to make enough of these, but I didn't know how many people were going to be here today, so I'm going to try to get this to read this.
I am typing some utter nonsense for the demo of the magnifier units we are showing off during the demo day exercise. One, have no idea if anyone is going to read this, but I hope they do and at least get a laugh out of this. Also, never take Alka-Seltzer Plus before bed. No joke, one of my friends had a nightmare about getting chased by a man with a knife and experienced what I could only describe as a sleep paralysis episode that night. So please be careful about what you take for your problems.
Mitchell humor.
Witty.
That is a real story that one of my friends told me when we were in middle school. For some reason, he was given Alka-Seltzer, and he had one of the most vivid nightmares of his life, and he actually grabbed a knife off of his bedside stand and tried to stab the dream man, as I'm gonna call him, because it was all in a dream. There was no guy standing over him with a knife, but he stabbed at this nightmare guy with a knife and just watched as he dissipated into smoke, and that's how he woke up.
Oh, wow.
So
That's a nifty little device. How big of a field will it read? Is it, if you raise your hand up, then it
the higher your hand
Okay,
is,
the larger the
more
field.
text it will read.
Okay. That's neat. Okay.
Light level is too low.
Will it
It will also.
will it recognize objects or only read text?
It reads text.
Okay.
Voila. Some blocks of text are unreadable.
Okay.
So
Very neat though.
there, it will tell you if it can't read something. That it tells me that. It told me that a lot when I was experimenting with this thing a few days back. I had it try to read my notes that I have in my notebook that I effectively just a daily journal for what I do at work. just so I remember what I was doing, and it told me that that it could not read my handwriting, which that's a surprise, but.
Does it read screens? Like if you
Can it
held
read
up,
screens?
I was
Well,
wondering that.
We explore assistive technology. Tech Times giveaway chance times plus CAN https://techalba.org/explore assistive technology / copyright #GI.
Oh, it's reading the title, or the.
Yeah, it's reading the.
It's reading the URL.
It's reading the big screen.
Thank you. That's the word I was
Thank you for
looking
jiggling that mouse, by the way, so we weren't looking at a blue screen the entire time.
For free demonstration. Request a one-on-one demonstration of a device with one of our assistive technology specialists. Invite your care team, therapists, family members, and anyone that is important to your assistive technology journey to learn about options and resources. We want to help you make an informed decision about the technology that you will use. Visit main
So it just
office,
operates
1301
differently. It uses the
Cecil
URL to read
Avenue,
everything.
Ritter Annex
Yeah.
Room, 430, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19122.
It's gonna read everything.
Yes, it
You
will
go
read
all the way across the
everything
bottom of
that
the
is in
screen as
there.
well.
Yeah.
That's neat.
That is not an
Date
exaggeration.
time.
This will read everything that it catches in that little laser field you saw earlier.
That's
Can I
really
ask you to
neat.
put all of these devices so that I can't put a number of pictures in the paper, but if I can get a collection here.
I'll
that
be
would
happy to take
helpful.
photos and send them to you.
Hmm?
I'll be happy to take the photographs and send them over to you.
No, it's okay. I'm here. That's what I came for.
Oh.
But I just need them collected in one place because they're not going to run 4 or 5 or 6 different pictures.
Right, we could do that.
Yes, we'll do that. I could actually set these devices over here. We can't do 5 pictures, but you can at least do like 2 or 3, right?
Right.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I'll set these right here for
That's very helpful.
you, and then
Move your origami out of the way.
The picker snake.
alright, so that is.
You have those devices here for people to use.
These are devices that we have for these demonstrations that we have to do. If we want to, if someone comes into the office asking for, say, something for their child who has vision problems and can't really read, then we can show them the devices here, but we'd have to guide them through a process to borrow a device from TechL's Assistive Technology lending library that they have on their website here.
And they can borrow that up to like 5 weeks to try.
But they will have to eventually find some way to get funding if they choose to buy a device for themselves. It's again just a lending program. It's not permanent. It's a lending program, and sadly some people forget that.
And it seems as though you better be pretty tech savvy to be able to really use any of these things.
Not necessarily. These are really simple. A lot of these are really simple to use. If you're familiar with using a smartphone, you won't have a problem with using the Invisio glasses, or this is literally just a couple of stickers and a pen that you can record things to with just the right button combination. They're not that hard to use.
And if you do have issues with them, you can call us and we will come to your house.
And we
or
can
you
provide
come
training for
here
you.
And we can train you on them so that, you can learn the nuances of the devices.
And there are grants available that people can apply for to pay for these things?
Like, there are some agencies out there, we're not a funding source at Lyft, but there are other agencies. I know, like with OVR, if a person is seeking employment.
What's
or
OVR?
Office of Vocational Rehabilitation.
Okay.
Yes, sorry. And I know that they would help maybe purchase some of the things that folks would need to help them to be more independent and to gain employment, because that is their main objective, is to help people with disabilities gain employment.
The-
So,
The Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Fund
yes,
Foundation.
PATF,
Yeah,
yes.
PATF also, they,
PATF.
yes, they have grants as well as loans, low interest loans for folks with disabilities to get that assistive technology.
Right. And also, for some of the less expensive items that we have, there is the Del Sordo Fund, which is out of out of the TechOwl. I couldn't think of the name. Out of the TechOwl program. It's called the Del Sordo Fund. It's a grant, and they will pay up to $400 for a piece of adaptive equipment as well. Of course, they are the funders of last resort, so you have to have like proof that you've tried other means before they'll give you a grant through the Del Sordo Fund, but that is another option. So our staff here tries to guide you to several outlets to to help with funding for different types of technology. And I'm sure there's things out there that I'm not thinking of at the moment that can help purchase stuff. So, but we will definitely help you to, find the right agency that would help you with the funding. All right.
And that's all the stuff on my end here. So Bob is going to go over some lower tech options here
Yes.
to assist with vision problems.
And since I don't have any bugs right now, I'm going to pass these around and let everybody try them. This is a bill reader. Mitch, you can go home if you want, since you're not filming.
I'm going to stay here for the rest of this.
Okay.
So.
Okay, it's up to you. So this is a bill reader, and this is really cool because you just stick your dollar in here and just gotta turn it on first.
Correct. There are two buttons on the top. Yep.
Oh, I know that's an error. You gotta have a bill in there.
Press a button on the top,
Yeah.
top or bottom. One of the buttons.
Okay.
You don't need to hold the button down, just press it.
Come on, man, I'm pressing you. There it is. It said 1, so that's a $1.
That's a $100 bill.
Yeah, that's a $1 bill. And this is a 10.
Its sensors are a bit closer to the actual money, so.
Oh, error. Okay. Gotta go in this way. That's gonna say error again. So you gotta get it in a specific way, and
When it works, it works.
It's as bad as
10.
the car wash.
It
10.
looks like it needs to be facing a certain way.
Yeah, it
You have
does.
the back facing this way.
So I'll pass around a couple bills and this, and you all can try it for yourself. Like Mitch said, there's a button on the top and the bottom. Just put the bill in there and it will read that, what it is. And it doesn't say like $10 bill. It just says 10 or 1 or 5 or whatever it may be.
And you have these
Or
here
error.
for people to borrow?
Yes, we have a few of these. People can actually either come in here and we do have a couple extras, so we probably would let you borrow this for a certain period of time, or you at the very least you can come in here and try it.
What's that called? An e-bill?
iBill.
Bet you that's not too
And
expensive.
we can actually work with you on the website right here to help order one of these on a temporary basis. Like I said, up to I think 5 weeks. And you could try several different kinds because we have a lot of different cool stuff. So
Do you have an idea how much it costs?
I think this is like $100 and some.
There's a portable one on Amazon for $15. I don't know how well it works. But
Yeah, there's so many different
yeah, there's like a little
options
portable one here.
for these. They can range from 15 to probably a couple or few $100 depending on the complexity of it. So you want to try it?
There are even some that can detect whether or not it's counterfeit money.
Oh wow.
But those are usually
buttons
ones that
on
you
the
can
side
just
there, if you wanna
stick
try it.
on a desk,
Put
and
that
you'd have
in
to
there.
use them as like a desk scanner.
Okay.
They're not the portable ones.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Don't give that to
I should be saying on my wallet, air.
I got a giant halo that every application I've ever used it never works. This is it's like $5, $5.99 on Amazon. Can't beat it with a stick.
The little
tripod.
Yeah, I have a little one that's fantastic.
I don't know what it's there. You
think it was
gotta get
under
it in a
$10
certain
bucks
way.
still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good now. Do you have to push both those buttons or just one of them?
5. I said it right. So
Turn it
if
around
you
the
want
other
to try
way,
that,
maybe.
there's a button on just one, Patty. Another thing that we have here is this is really cool for people with visual disabilities who want to still bake. This is a talking measuring cup,
Oh,
and yeah, this is one of my favorite little items because it's such a simple thing, but it's really helpful for people that want to still bake. So there's a button on the bottom that will, it's a power button, I believe. And then if you push that button, it'll say hello, scale ready. And then this is the different measurements,
you got it so far.
oil, milk, flour, sugar, water. So you can measure those, and then the weight is this button right here. I did put water in it earlier just to see.
I just
Got
have a
one.
hard
All
time
right.
eating something from somebody that's baking and I can't see.
I got a bowl.
But that's really good for baking, period, because when you baking, a lot of the recipes are
So,
weight measures.
I don't know why that
Which
W
makes
is
it more
not
We can
like-
register things up to
Big.
$100.
weight then. Yeah.
So you can,
Oh, yeah, case I and then capital.
okay, maybe I had to have it flat. That's why those buttons weren't working. And I don't know why it's saying 12
Yeah, I
ounces.
just
I
put
don't
it
know why
in
it's saying
a
that either.
corner
It's supposed to be
that way.
weight sensitive, but there's nothing
But
in
then
there
again,
right
if
now.
you're blind, how are you gonna see it? You know
Yeah.
which way to put it.
Which is
Well,
what?
I know a lot of blind people will do something like that.
So,
to
if you want to
kind
push
of
the
Braille on
button,
fold it
pass
a
on the
it
different
around, go
bills.
way.
ahead.
Braille up the bills.
So it's kind
Why
of
wouldn't
cool.
they do that?
Yeah, why wouldn't they? I'm sure they could easily.
The country is not
Yeah.
operating.
And if we're done with these
They're
idle
not very
things,
I'm
thinking about
finished
that.
with that, yes, thank you.
all right, we're done with these
You're
as well.
minting pennies
Okay.
that cost 4 cents to
I mean,
make
the
for how
ADA
I will
long?
was
pull
only
these back to here.
created in the 90s.
yeah.
Yeah.
1990.
Cool thing.
Yeah, July 26, 1990 was signed into law. I was around then. I did a lot of letters on the electric typewriter that would repeat, and so I sent them out or I had all my family members send them in to the legislator, to the president, to pass the Americans with Disabilities Act way back
Yeah.
in 1990. It was really cool. I think I was responsible for like 75 letters myself, so.
Good for you.
That's great, Bob.
And I just changed one sentence basically in all the letters. For my brothers and sisters, I said, my brother has a disability, and then I said, my cousin has a disability, my nephew has a disability, my son has a disability, whatever. And I got a big family, so.
That's wonderful.
All right, this is another thing that is cool. Excuse the scratched up screen. I don't know how it got all scratched up, but it did. probably because we transport this to a lot of senior expos and so forth, because this is a really neat item. Let's turn it on. So,
12 and 1/4.
okay. So this has a magnifier. It starts out at ×2, and it goes all the way to.
Pass this money back before I take it.
It's all right. I know I have $16 in it. So yes, I do. So it goes all the way up to 32 times magnification. So that's really cool. I'll put it back at 2. Because you can really see this really well. So I have these little strips of paper here that Mitchell put, and they are tiny little print. And you just put them under the thing, and the type comes right up on the screen really large. So I can pass that around. You guys can check that out.
And these, there are 2 other magnifier units as well here.
You break it, you buy
in
it,
these
Jeff.
blue boxes. There are also these 2 other magnifiers here that do the same thing, but they don't have as high level of magnification as the orange one does.
Could I see the box that came in, please?
That's on here.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's only 2 times. It goes up to 32 times. Basically, you can see like one letter at a time on that screen with 32. It's really
I just
cool.
wondered if something like this would help a lady in our choir who is very much visually impaired. She's now holding some kind of a magnifying glass.
Yeah,
Is
Yeah.
it gonna help her see the words in the song?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
check it out.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
isn't that
huge.
cool?
Yeah.
And this is like a low-tech device. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's really cool.
I wanna let her know about that. And you have these here?
Yeah, yeah, or we can help her, like I said, we can help get one as far as like through the Tech Out program. So let me see.
Bob, do you have any connection with, I can't remember what they're called out of Erie, the PA Blind and Visual Services?
Yes,
We-
they actually
yeah.
recommend people to us for our free special phones
So
program
here's
that we
another
do.
one. This is a little bit different, but it's very
They-
similar. We'll start that one that way.
They've been recommending people to us for that for a couple of months now. Haven't gotten any recommendations from them in some time, for a couple of months, but they do recommend people to us.
Okay. I had wondered, my grandmother used to get audiobooks sent to her
Mm.
through the mail, through
Yeah.
that service. So
Yeah,
I
and
wasn't sure if your friend would
they
be-
can also do alternate formats for us if we needed them. Like if say our newsletter needed to go out in a different format, if somebody specifically requested it, we could call them and they could make it digitalized, or they could help us do some things in Braille if we needed to. So we do back and forth referrals with them, yes. Yeah, it's really cool.
Did you break it?
That was already off. She did.
That's usually me. I pick something up and it's just like it just breaks.
No, this
I
girl.
think it went off by
Everybody-
itself.
Yeah.
But I didn't touch it. I just slid it over
No,
to
it's
you.
fine.
Maybe the battery's dead.
It's
Oh, it
fine.
probably is. I bet they've been playing with
Pass
it
it
for
along.
a few
I would
days.
see in the future that you'd be able to have an app like that
Oh,
on your
wait.
phone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
It's,
can, alright, it's there
it's
already.
on,
The
but
magnifiers.
And
There's all
Oh,
sorts of
really?
things in
Are-
here, so.
yeah, the
Yeah.
battery
Yes.
might be low.
Cause I
These
think about
magnifiers
this
that
lady in
Jeff is
choir that
passing around,
struggles
they
so
have
much.
the
She's a
ability to change
beautiful
the
singer.
color of the
Yeah.
text and background.
Wow.
Oh,
So if you
yeah.
have blue text on a yellow
Wow.
background, white text on a
Once
black background.
Once again, I looked on
I
Amazon,
I
and I
actually-
see some, it
She-
looks
I
like
was there to
the
begin
same
with.
Yeah,
thing,
so
25.
people can see
Because
it.
I was
You
gonna
I
can
do
see
just
it.
highlighted this on
Yeah.
our Facebook page, but I don't put pricing or anything like that on it, just a description of what it is and that it's through the Tech Owl program.
That's pretty cool.
The
But
last thing I have.
think when I look this one up, this one is kind of, I think it might be
Nope,
moving
am I
into
going?
obsolescence.
No, you're
There
not.
might be new models out.
Except for they have another one over over there, so.
Yeah, it's a different one, but it's similar.
Yeah, I just looked up
they're not the
Yeah,
same.
digital
it's similar.
magnifier.
Oh, look, he came back.
Oh, so,
See, I'm
I'm
breaking
sorry,
it.
32 or 34.
The simpler one.
And this
Oh
is,
my
this
God.
is
Like you
a
just get a
different
splinter
one.
out of your
32
finger.
times.
These all go to 32 as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That'd be worth it alone, right?
Yep, that one that I passed
Here,
this way
Jeff.
went to 32.
I just
Jeffrey.
wonder though, because I think our book is wider, you know, and I'm not sure she.
Yeah, well, you'll have to
Goodbye,
move it
goodbye.
along, like the words like this.
Well, she does with the
to read.
magnifier
Yeah,
glass.
so,
The
I
one
mean,
that's coming
and-
this way though goes up to 25 times. So this.
Oh,
one
okay.
here.
Look at my
That
road.
one,
Can it
yours
do
one goes up to
images?
32. This goes to 25.
No,
Okay.
it only does letters.
I've
It
seen
doesn't do images at all.
lenses for, like, you could put over like a magazine page that will magnify the entire page.
Mhm.
And they advertised it on TV for a little while, and they're like, oh, you know, just pay the shipping and we'll send you two. And then it disappeared because I want those so bad.
Yeah, we'll get you one.
I need one.
So the last thing that I have is just, it's very simple. It's a talking watch. It's literally one button and it tells you the time. So I'll pass these around if anybody wants to look at them. I'll pass one this way. This one's a women's watch. This one's a men's watch. But ironically, they both have men's voices. I would have thought that the woman's would have had a woman's voice. But, so, and it's just one button. It's very simple. Tells you the time.
Can you have these to borrow from here?
Yep, and like I said, if not, we can, because we're an Assistive Technology Resource Center, we can access TechOwl for you, and we can get one off of there if we need to.
So
And-
if she came here, you could help her out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a book.
Just push the button on the side,
Do you need to take a picture of this
and it'll tell you
magnifier
the
here?
time.
No, I got what I needed from that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So, I think that's all that I have. I can put this stuff together if you would like to take a picture of the boxes and you know, this or
I
whatever.
got individual pictures, but you're right. That would be great.
Okay, this is a portable video magnifier. Here's that. Here's a bill reader, and this is the talking measuring cup. You can put it however you want.
That's pretty nifty.
And,
It's a decent looking watch.
you know, check it out. The last thing that I wanted to show you real quick was, excuse me, let me sneak right down here.
Great.
Computer. So this is the website that you can go to check out all of these devices for people with low vision or who are blind. And there are a ton more devices available on this website. It's TechOwl, that's TECH, and then capital OWLPA.org.
Nope.
And it, like I said, it's out of Temple University, and you can go to demonstration here, and you can request demonstrations of any of the devices that you see on here. You can call us for that demo because we cover 6 counties. We cover Potter, Cameron, Elk, Jefferson, McKean, and Clearfield counties. And so, and we travel to our consumers. So we will travel to a person's home to do a demonstration on any of these devices. And then it says borrow right here. So if you click on borrow, you can
I guess they just haven't updated that little top part there
yeah.
from New Year's.
And you can just scroll down a little bit, go to library, and
since they operate out of Temple University.
What is debt relief? I don't want that. Okay. No, I don't want that either.
Maybe you've got a virus or something, I don't know.
Maybe. So, anyhow. Okay, there we go. So, allow. And then, so you can check out the many different devices on here, and there's like around, if not over, like 600 devices on this site for people with various disabilities. It's really an awesome site, and like I said, we can actually help you navigate this site. And at the top here, you'll see home, device loan. So if you want to borrow it, like I said, up to a 5-week period, you can actually borrow multiple devices. And that way, because a lot of things have different brands on them, you can borrow, say, 2, maybe even 3 different magnifiers. And they're different brands, so they work a little bit differently. Which one works best for you? So, and then once you pick one that works best for you, then we try to work with you and help you to find a funding source to help you purchase that. So, we can go to device loan real quick. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time with this part because those of you that have internet can, just peruse this at your leisure. So here you can go to different categories. You could put in a specific device.
I think they're drop downs.
Are they?
They are drop downs, it's just for some reason they haven't rendered.
Oh, they're not rendering in.
They're not rendering.
So there's low vision, visual, and blindness. There's hearing, mobility, daily life, recreation.
Are you freaking kidding me?
You popular guy.
Look at that. I can't even shut my phone off.
It's alright. So you can narrow your search greatly because I said there's like 600 different devices on here for all kinds of classes of people with disabilities. So you can narrow it down by putting, mobility device, or they have specialized silverware for people who have limited grip. You can go that route. You can go visual, hearing, whatever it may be, and then only those items specific to that need will come up. So, like I said, I'm not going to run you through the whole gamut of that because that site has just got tons and tons of stuff on there. If you go to our Facebook page, which Carrie does for us, thank you, Carrie, and there, her and Mitchell do, is it Tech Out Tuesday?
Tech Out Tuesdays.
So every Tuesday, there are usually like 3 things or more posted on our Facebook page. So if you look up LIFT on Facebook or Life and Independence for Today on Facebook, you'll see all that. Feel free to like our page and follow us on Facebook and all the social media platforms we have. So
What is it on Facebook?
Life and Independence for Today.
yeah, just
It should have our logo. It should pop up.
yeah.
Cindy had trouble finding it.
Really?
Yes. So I did.
Type slowly because for whatever reason, if you type too much of the name of it, it goes
won't
away.
populate.
But it populates so just type slow.
So that is the TechOwl page, and like I said,
Yeah,
it just
it's not funny.
it just has a ton of information on it. So that's good stuff.
There we go.
That is everything that we have currently for folks with visual disabilities. So,
I do have a quick question about the Tech Owl site.
yeah.
So what sort of information do you have to provide to them to be able to get that? Like, do you have to prove your disability? Do you have to, provide some sort of payment that like to hold it or anything like that?
I don't think there is a requirement, is there?
As far as I'm aware, there is no requirement. You make an account and you can borrow things from it.
Yeah. So, for example, Brett Lasco from the IU9, he actually borrowed several different items under his name, and he took them to schools and let
that's
kids in
wonderful.
schools borrow them for part of the school year
Oh,
to
that's
try. And then he would return them to TechOwl or us. And what's really cool is they'll send this stuff directly to your home, and they will provide a return label on the box, and they'll tell you what the return date is. And basically all you have to do is set it back out and maybe call UPS or FedEx or whoever it's through and say, this is ready for return, and they take it. They pay for delivery both ways, so you're not you're not taxed with any delivery fees or anything. And like I said, you borrow it up to 5 weeks, and then you can just see what you like best, and then we help you work with it and try to get it for you.
One of the things I'll add that we've been pushing with Lyft is, you guys understand this, but a lot of these products are meant, of course, for somebody with a disability, but also the caretaker of somebody with a disability, because they're the ones that have to more likely set it up, get used to it, know what's out there. So a real message needs to go to folks just like yourselves that are working with people with disabilities, but also maybe the local doctors, PAs, and counselors and people like that, because they don't know about it, they can't recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
I was also,
Especially
I was a
something
board
like
member.
this iBill reader, they would probably need assistance to put that in right, because obviously I needed assistance with it today too, because it kept saying error. So it'll read the bill, and then they do whatever they do with it. From my understanding, a lot of folks with visual disabilities, they might fold a left upper corner of a $10 bill down, and the lower corner of a $1 bill down, and I don't know, maybe fold the top all the way down on a 20 or whatever. I don't have to worry about 20s, so I don't know.
People have been creating their own assistive technology for a
There's a
long
reason
time.
it's $1 bill said it's 100.
Yeah, yeah. That was Bob currency. So, but I appreciate everybody being here today, and we're going to do these for other classifications of people with disabilities. We're going to do one with mobility, one with hearing. So if you guys are interested or know people that are interested, please refer them to us. We would love to have you back for our other demos. This is a really good opportunity for people with disabilities to have a lot of different devices that can really help them be more independent. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.